Shred started today. Who's shredding? Awesome.
Me, Tracy. Yeah.
Awesome. And who cheated already today? I totally forgot. I didn't feel good today, you guys. I had a little bit of a low-grade fever all day and didn't sleep at all last night. And I think I'm linking it to, I think I'm having an intolerance to soy sauce, and we went to sushi last night. So anyway, I'm finally starting to feel better. But all day I was like icky. So Richard said, let's get out of the house and go get a Starbucks. I'm like, okay. So we did. Anyway.
There's always tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow, right? So, but we have all our meals planned out and delicious, nutritious, fantastic. So that's all good. So anyway, did you guys get a chance to work on what your win would be for the quarter? Who did? Let's go ahead. Let's start with Sue. What's your win for the quarter?
Well, yeah, I went through all the questions. So again, it was financially, relationships, family, and professionally. So I was looking at financially, I'd like to stay at about a steady 2,000 a month. And the relationships, well, I keep building them and I keep getting out and experiencing them. So that's good. Family, hope my husband and my dog stay alive. Yeah, so that's good. Moving right along with my family. And professionally, just working with Todd again for the next 90 days. I'm really wanting to push myself forward to SSC. Just going to work with you a little bit, Reagan, on getting that set up. And I also just wanted to share with everybody, because I was a second or two late there. I did sign up the woman who's the owner of the maternity spa. So
awesome.
She's
woohoo! Way to go.
Not only did she sign up, she's doing the chew, the red, the green, and the purple as soon as we get her virtual office set up for her. But because she has independent people working for her in her spa, she's going to have each of them sign up as reps as well.
Fantastic.
Because they'll touch different people. She has a doula there, Ellen Graham. I know you know what that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, me and Mary Beth both.
Oh, and Mary Beth, of course.
Yeah, so that's awesome. That's such an interesting, idea, a maternity spa. Why didn't I get to go to one?
Right. Exactly.
She who has never had children dealing with a maternity spa.
Yeah, I'm like,
does
it really feel like a spa during childbirth? I don't think, anyway, probably lovely to think about before you get there, I guess. I don't know. So Sue, will you just quickly share, I know you did A-Team last quarter and you're doing A-Team again this quarter with several people who are on the call. Would you share what your wins were for the quarter of last month from doing A-Team?
Right. Well, basically over just a 3-month period, October, November, December, I can honestly say, well, Judy and Jennifer and Mary Beth and Tanya were all part of my accountability team. So we were sending our information to each other. Oh, believe you me, you didn't think you wanted to do your Teamsy or whatever and get on there and share? Oh yeah, you did, because you had accountability all around the square. I had 40 new customers in 3 months and 1 new rep. And now that conversations in November, thanks guys, those conversations at the maternity with the maternity woman turned into this opportunity now this month to get her signed up and work with her office. So those would be the wins I have. I can't say enough good about Todd. And where's Judy? Judy Lopez. He sent me the Spanish speaking Fearless Networking by mistake. So I'm going to give that to you. I never know who you might know who speaks Spanish, but this little booklet that he puts out, everybody, Fearless Networking, is an excellent, excellent little read. It's kind of like Eric Worre, but I really like Todd's approach to everything. And I want to encourage anyone who's thinking about it, get involved with him. He's really excellent. I know, Reagan, he really helped take you to National Marketing Director when he was coaching you along. And he makes you accountable.
I actually found him after I got to National Marketing Director, believe it or not. So
Pardon me.
I read his book and I thought he was fantastic, and I just picked up the phone and called him, and that's how we got a relationship. And actually, he was introduced to me by a girlfriend of mine who was wanting to become a speaker in the industry and has since done something else. But yeah, but I was
Well,
like, I
and that's,
love his approach.
yeah, I just encourage everybody to get involved with him. If you haven't already thought about a 90-day, he's very, very good, and he really makes you accountable, and you will move forward. There is no doubt about it, because he just
Makes it
keeps
fun
you right
too, I
along.
think. So a lot of people
yeah.
hear A-Team and Todd Falcone, and it kind of tells us how it is, and you start to think, oh my gosh, that seems intense. I don't want to be stressed out. And it's not like that at all. It's all like, look, you're competing with your own self, and you're going to do what you set out. And so you kind of set your win. So Sue, so for you, for the win, what I'd like for you to do is to come up with a win for the end of the quarter that's a little bit more like, it can be like, I'm going to add 2 partners from this effort instead of 1. I mean, just something that's
Oh.
concrete. Okay. that
Well,
you're
then
working toward.
let me finish that. I'm going to
Okay.
find 3 new people who want to join
Okay.
me on this Juice Plus journey. So I'm starting with 1 this month. And that was my 3 new team members. And I already have a list of people that I'm speaking with that I've been introduced to or with since October. And with 40 new orders and new customer potentials right in there, there's a lot of people to kind of, pardon the expression,
Yeah.
cull through and find
Have
out
a
who
whole new
wants to join our
community of
mission.
people that you can approach about joining your team that are
Mhm.
going to have a great product experience. So congratulations and great job.
Thank you.
Okay, Jenna, where'd Jenna go? Here she is. Jenna wanted to share that she
Sorry,
here. What's your win
I'm here.
order that you want to?
Well, I've been almost touching QSSC for such a long time that I finally want to get that rolling. I don't have that much further to go. Sorry, I just got punched as these kids are running by me.
There.
Yeah, so I'm just blowing on it. So definitely we're super close. And now that everybody's back in school, like I have the time to actually make that happen. So.
And what's the structure that it'll take for you to do that?
I just need to get more of my team qualified every month. I think I just need to get 2 of them qualified consistently a month, and just add 1 more director or 1 more distributor, I believe.
One more
So-
partner
1 more partner.
that does something.
So super close. Yes, 1 more partner that does something that hits the fast track, the first fast track.
And how many people do you think you need to sponsor to find somebody that wants to do more than get a discount?
Oh, probably 2 or 3, I'd say.
Absolutely 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So you both are at 3 new partners for the quarter. That's 1 a month. You can do it.
Yep.
That's going to lead right into what we're going to talk about next. Anybody else have did they set their win for the quarter? What's your win going to be for the quarter? Okay.
Reagan,
go ahead.
I'll go. So in the personal, because I'm assuming you asked about personal growth, the organizational growth, and the income growth. Those are 3 questions here. So for the personal growth, I just want to continue with my faith-based devotionals and various things like that. I really think that they help me stay on track, and they also lift me up when I need to be pulled out of the mud and the mire. And we haven't really had any new partners join our team in quite some time. So I'm hoping in this 90 days, we could have 1 at the least and 2 as a goal. And the income growth, we've stayed consistently in the Comma Club really, but I'd like to get up to about 1,500 a month, which I think would be possible if we could get at least 1 or 2 partners.
Absolutely.
We're not that far from it, but it would require some other people who, like you just said with Jenna, who are not just buying it, just to get it for themselves and things like that.
Yeah.
So
So that's good. And remember that when you have a new partner that comes on, you make the difference between what you make and what they make. So you're actually making as much as what they are on the orders that they put in on the retail side, profit side, not counting your overrides, right?
Right. So that's kind of where we are. And then we're on A team as well. And Sue, I just added you to our A team group. I didn't realize you were in there. And if anybody else is in there that's not in the first quarter A team Voxer group, let me know and I'll add you to it. Reagan's in the group too, to just kind of guide us through if we need it. But, just hope everybody would, pipe in there. Audra made a really good post yesterday, or a Voxer yesterday in there. So good stuff.
Thank you for leading that group, Patty, and being an awesome coach for everybody there. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So the rest of you that didn't raise your hand, why?
Hey, it's Tracy.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm here. I was waiting my turn.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Tracy.
I've been like, yeah. So professionally, I've been, and that's something that, of course, with, it's great because a lot of the things you're asking is what, of course, we're doing in the A team, which is awesome. And this is totally, the A team thing is definitely new for me. And I love that we have so many team members from Team Healthy Bodies with us. So the personal development is, I'm just listening right now to podcasts, and I have a stack of books I'm going to get through. So that's, something that I feel I can do. Financially, I would love to just double what I'm doing right now. I would love to double my income. And that just comes with me doing the daily work of reaching out to people. And that's why I'm doing this 18 thing. I have to get back in action. So, and I'm also, specifically, I'm just trying to do my goal with this is the 2x2x2. That's where I'm at. So,
okay. So your win is to do a 2x2x2x2.
Yes.
I love that. That's a great win.
That's awesome.
I think that an activity win is that you actually do it. At the end of the week, you went, yep, I did that.
Yeah.
I will tell
And
you
I have this little chart. So I'm like, looking at it and go, oh, I did not, you can see I'm not doing it, or I am doing it, or whatever, Yeah.
Well, and if you get stuck where you're not doing it, that's when you don't shut down. You do what?
You reach out.
Call me, right? Or whoever, right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So awesome. Fantastic. Anybody else set their win for the
So
quarter?
Reagan, I don't have a win, but in terms of, I guess, just kind of answering those questions. And so on a personal, okay, let me go back to like accountability. Like Sue helped a lot with that, with me. And I did really, really well for quite some time. And I've definitely kind of fallen off, as she can account for. But I'd like to get back to where I'm being a little bit more consistent, and I just need to figure out how to make that work. Cause there's times I'm not getting home, from work till late. And then by the time I make dinner, whatever, it's 8 o'clock at night. And I get to where I'm just not motivated, or I'm like, I just don't want to reach out to somebody at it just seems like such a random time. And so I think maybe just trying to figure out for me how I can make sure that the days I'm not working, that those are going to be my Juice Plus days, and be consistent that way. So I think that's where I want to be. I'd love to hit Comma Club. I've never been there.
All right.
After however many years I've been with this, I've never, ever been there.
Well, consistency gets you to Comma Club.
Yeah. And, I'd love to get at least just one new team member.
All right. That's a great win.
So
A new partner. Yeah. All right. I'm writing that down. So one thing that I have found through my journey is booking an appointment with myself to make those reach outs, those calls. If you don't have it in your calendar, it's not going to happen. And it's real easy to go, oh, I got to walk the dog. I got to do this. I got to do that. And you kind of forget. And then the next thing you know, you're right. It's 8 o'clock. And then, oh, I'm tired. And who wants to hear from me? And so your brain will start to talk you out of it versus, remember last week I said, I set an appointment with myself to build for events. And, that's of course, because the devil's in the details always, right? Would somebody call and say, hey, do you want to go on a bike ride or whatever? I'd be like, oh, I'd love to go on a bike ride, but I can't today, but I can tomorrow, right? It's because I had it scheduled that I was committed to myself to do those calls. So find a time and book it in your calendar and book it out for the next, month or 3 months or whatever, that's when you're working. If it's a priority, then you'll do it. Right? So awesome. Great. I love it. Anybody else? Missy.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
So in thinking about this, it's difficult for me to set goals because I feel like they weigh on me. And so I like the idea of it being a win. But personally, I'm going to be celebrating. That's the thing I want to do, is celebrate the things that I do and be happy that I did what I did each day. Because I tend to, Judy and I have talked about this, I tend to get done with the day and go, well, that was useless. I didn't sell anything. I didn't get anybody on it. And so I think the celebrating is important. I guess this is professional rather than personal, but I put it under personal, setting a time, kind of what you said, but I can sit here, especially since we're home all the time, for hours thinking I'm doing a lot. And, I'm accomplishing things, but then then all of a sudden, the end of the day, I think, well, where's my time for me? This is supposed to be a part-time gig and I'm making it a full-time gig and I'm not getting anywhere. So I think I need to do some time, set some times, whether it's appointments, and say, I'm going to work from this time to this time, and then I'm going to go take a walk or whatever it is. And I think that's partially professional. And then, of course, in all that, then to have I've had it on my list since I have a little paper that I have on my bathroom wall that says 1 new partner a month. And so far, okay, so that's what I got going.
Okay, that's a great win to have 1 new partner a month, and that's something you can break down. And Missy, for you and I are a bit, believe it or not, the same when it comes to like, oh, I want this big goal, and I just it shuts me down, right? That's why I wanted to break it down for the quarter, because we can have a win that we're celebrating at the end of the quarter. If that for you was to have 1 new partner or 3 new partners at the end of the quarter, you can back that out and go, what do I need to do that? Or who am I talking to today? And that makes it a little bit more doable and easier versus beating yourself up. And that was the whole point of that, is let's just make it a little bit smaller and then let's just go for it, right? Makes it a little bit more fun. So, and Ellen, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just have a paycheck goal, and I'm going to do that using the 512, which we heard about at the summit, which I loved. And I think, keeping it really, really simple. I'm glad Jen brought up just kind of work schedule and everything. And I know Jen is trying to like make some things happen with kids back at school. So I like the, carving out the time to do it. I'm going to kind of continue working at home a couple days a week. And so on those days, it's easier for me to carve out time, kind of on my lunch hour, because, I'm like Jen has appointments between 8 and 5. And that's, for me at work, that's when I got to work. I don't have a lot I can do at night. So, that, and, just honestly, I just did this shred group, and I needed it.
How much did your paycheck go up from your shred group? Will you share that?
$500.
Yeah. Just for building for 1 shred, you guys. I mean.
Well, yeah, and that wasn't even all the orders, because some of the orders went in after the 31st. So, yeah, I was stoked about that, just because it's $500.
Right. Hey, and it's cool. Everybody's happy. She told me today that everybody's stoked in her shred group. They're loving it. They are finishing tomorrow. She started early, and many of them have had huge wins with losing some weight and feeling better and clear skin. And I mean, that's pretty cool to make $500 when people are telling you how great they feel.
Yeah. I mean, like one of my longtime customers who's done shreds before, she just texted me and she's like, Ellen, this has been the best shred I've ever had, and totally what I needed. So, yeah, weight loss, it's just for me personally. I mean, and this is a good point. Like I just, from months and months of like really working and not having great self-care and a pandemic and all this stress, like I was toxic, you guys. It's coming out of my skin. It's coming out everything else. And it's just a great reminder that, you know, when we help people do this, it probably prevents a lot of problems down the road. So we just got to keep doing the right thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to move on. So if you have a win that you'd like to share, if you guys want to put it in the comments underneath the boxes on our Facebook group, I'd love for you guys to just make it public. What's your win for the end of the month? Don't compare yourself, because your win may be doing a 2x2x2 every day. That's a great win. Okay. But put it out there so that, you know what you're shooting for versus driving aimlessly, hoping you get somewhere. Right. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to do that at all. Okay. One of my wins is to really, let go of whether you guys are successful or not, and let you guys be successful if you want to be. For years, I've carried it on my shoulders. Like, what am I doing? What should I be doing? I should be guiding them different. And I'm kind of like, you know what? You guys got to guide yourself, And I'm so proud of so many of you that are stepping up. And I'm not in A team this time, and a lot of you are. And Patty made the group. And it's like, oh, it's so fun to actually work with leaders that want to create leaders versus feeling like you guys are sitting around waiting for me to do something, which now I have appointments for lunch and stuff coming up with new people this coming week, which is really fun for me. But before that, I kind of had a lot of mental energy that was going towards that. Right. So, yeah. Okay. So who got a chance to go listen to the Winter Summit? Erica, awesome. Missy, she got part of it.
I got part of it.
Okay.
I got part of it.
Please,
How
you
right
guys,
I do.
go back through it, invite somebody. That's a great thing for people to come in and listen to as a guest on section 2. Tanya Jonke's girl, Alicia Bruder, was one of the speakers, and I thought she was the best one of the whole group. Sharing her story was so powerful, and she's just rocking. So, I mean, there's some awesome, awesome things for people to come in and hear about. Like, hey, I was a lawyer, or Alicia is a massage therapist. I mean, all these people are really high-end people that are sharing their stories. And for you to have somebody high-end be able to come in and hear, why are they sharing Juice Plus? And they're so authentic and real, so worth it. One of the things that we heard on the training portion, though, was some of the national marketing directors that are kind of the ones that have really gone fast lately, the up and coming superstars. What was their tip? And Ellen and I both tuned in on the same favorite one, which was putting a goal around the activity of 5-1-2. And what that means is you have 5 new team member or 5 new customers in a month, 1 new team member in a month, and you're always building for at least 2 events for the month. Now, with events, we've got some great events coming up. We've got Dr. Phillips. So you guys, it's up to you to kind of go, what's going on? You're getting these in Voxer, you're getting them in our Facebook group, you're getting them in Insights. The company's putting on 2 events alone. No, not counting the ones you're doing for yourself, right? You could be doing a virtual coffee. You could be meeting somebody for lunch. Those are events, okay? That consistency of those building for those events gives you some really good things. One is it gives you a reason to call somebody without feeling like you're selling them, because you're inviting them to something, right? You can strike up a conversation, say, hey, call me back. I want to invite you to something. You're not texting all the information, you're calling them and getting them on the phone, okay? So you can get live with somebody. It gives you that excuse. It also gives you, people that you can sit down and make a list and actually have them come and hear about your Juice Plus and your business. And, again, we've got those built in. So you should be doing some of your own. We'll have some as a team, and Audra is hosting our team event this month, is a salad in a jar party. And Audra and Missy and Judy, I believe, are doing that together. Who did I miss? Anybody?
And Jill.
And Jill. I knew there was and Jill. So those girls, thank you guys for putting that on and opening that up. Tanya is doing a bunch of events that she's inviting us to as well. So you guys want to watch for those flyers. So we've got a lot going on. There's really no excuse for you to be going, I don't know what to do. I don't have anybody to talk to. you've got a lot of really cool things coming up that, who do you know that's a gym rat? Invite him to hear Dr. Phillips, right? Who do you know that would really love to do some better meal prep? Invite him to the salad in a jar. And Tanya, do you want to share real quick a little bit about, so she's got some really cool events that she's doing this month.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow night, we're using the Crock Pot, the new Warm and Healthy and Warm online cookbook. So there's 3 of us that are going to be hosting that event tomorrow night at 7:00 Central Standard Time, because I'm from Wisconsin here. So each one of us will be sharing a crock pot recipe out of the online cookbook. And then each one of us shares one different product of Juice Plus. So that's really cool because we can sprinkle Juice Plus in there, but yet we make a difference with sharing how to meal prep. And then we're doing a Tower Garden party toward the end of the month. It's like the last Tuesday, I think, of the month. I can invite you for sure, Reagan.
Great. If
And
you
then-
wouldn't mind putting those in our Facebook group, that would be
Yeah.
lovely.
You know what? I'll do that. And then we're going to share out of the Tower Garden cookbook, because there's not a lot of recipes in there, but it's just a different way to show the healthy living revolution and, community. So yeah.
I
we're
love
having
that you're using those tools.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Reagan, can I just ask my buddy Tanya over there, because she got me involved with the cranberry detox group that she did. How many people did you actually have attend? And I'm curious, how many orders did you end up with or close to on that?
Tomorrow is the end of the 12-day. We did 10 days of
10
detox.
days. Yeah.
But the event's going for 2 weeks because some people had started later. But we had over, in our little team, we had over 200, and I think we ended up with 256 people going. I mean, very active, and people love that cranberry drink. And it's simple, and we're able to just weave in Juice Plus products and the cookbooks and the events and things like that into the event itself. So that was it's been a lot of fun. As far as orders, there's a lot of follow-up. So Sue is my teamsy buddy. And yes, without Sue, yeah, I don't know if I would have done half, but I know that she's on the other end and she's sending me, you guys, this girl is a rock star. I am I'm going to cry. She has been in my corner the last several months, and I'm almost like sweating. She's awesome. And I just love this team. So thank you.
Awesome.
Yay.
Love that.
Good go, Tanya.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Fantastic. Very fun. I love that momentum, and keeping things fun and keeping them going and using our tools and being creative, right? There's a lot of fun things we can do and invite people to those so it's not so drab. And everybody has a different style. So whatever works for you, right? Okay, the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, speaking of that, is just real quick, is if you haven't done Project Broadcast, who here is loving Project Broadcast? I mean, I have to tell you guys, I have appointments because I sent out, little happy Merry Christmas things again. And now I have luncheon set up with people just because they got that connection and they responded back and I was able to start a conversation with them. I've got a couple new people that have Children's Health Study. I put them in that campaign. They told me the other day that it reminds them to give their kids their Juice Plus every day. And now their kids are reminding them to give them their Juice Plus. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. So if you still need more information, please reach out to me. I'm still like a very beginner user, but what I've used it for so far, I have to tell you, it has been worth its weight in gold. And there's a learning curve. It could be a little bit frustrating, but if you start using it, it's really nice. I did all of my customer care with it last month, and kind of crazy. I got more responses back from doing my customer care through sending people a text versus emailing them like I used to. And now I have a record of everything that went back and forth with them, saved with their contact forever, which is really nice. So if they ever come back and say, oh, well, you didn't, I'm like, oh, here was our conversation. I could just show them. So I like that as well. So it's $10 a month, you guys. Let me know if you need the link again. You'll get some free text if you use, you need that, Audra? Okay, I'll get it for you. I'll put it back up in our, I'll put it back up in our team Facebook, or not Facebook, but Voxer group after this call. Okay, so that's all I have. And I think Ellen jumped off, but does anybody have any questions or need anything else or have a comment about any of the stuff we just talked about? By the way, I wanted to share with you real quick, on the 512, that activity, you guys, that will get you to the top really, really quick. The 5-1, and then usually what happens is that 1 will roll up to being a Partner Plus the next month. And then hopefully the next month, that new 1 will roll up to be a QSC. But I looked up the meaning of 5, 1, and 2, and let me tell you what it is. 5 numerically stands for goodness and grace, God's grace. 1 is unity of the whole brought together, but as individuals. Isn't that cool? And 2 means union and oneness. So I just kind of thought if we could just make that our focus for, you know, this quarter and see how it goes. Anybody that gets a 5-1-2, you'll have to let me know. I'm going to give you guys $100 for doing it. Okay. So if you do a 5-1-2, $100. Okay. Yay. I know. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording and you guys can ask questions or whatever, or if you're done, that's okay too.